3 dressings, that's all it takes to go from the salads that you tolerate to salads that you actually crave. We are making a classic balsamic vinaigrette, a creamy Dijon, and a bold chimichurri style dressing, plus a salad to go with each one. Now, before we make anything, there's one ingredient that runs through all 3 dressings: extra virgin olive oil. It's the foundation of everything we are making today. So at the end of this video, I'll show you exactly how to spot a good one and avoid the ones that aren't worth your money. Alright, so first dressing, the classic balsamic vinaigrette. This is the one to start with because it's simple and incredibly versatile. It works with leafy greens, tomatoes, roasted vegetables, nuts, cheese, basically any simple salad you can think of. At its core, a vinaigrette is just 3 things: oil, acid, and seasoning. That's it. And here's something that will make you a much more confident salad maker. Instead of fixed measurements, we work in parts. So for this classic balsamic vinaigrette, that's 3 parts of extra virgin olive oil, 1 part balsamic vinegar, and a pinch of salt. And this is genuinely useful to understand why we use parts and not measurements. You might be making this salad for just yourself today, or when you're more confident, you might be making it for 10 people on a Sunday. The formula scales without having to think. So let's make it now. Grab a small jar. An old glass bottle from your kitchen works perfectly. Add 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar and a pinch of salt. Close the lid and shake well until the salt dissolves completely. Now add 6 tablespoons of olive oil. Close the lid again and shake it for about 15 to 20 seconds. And watch it turn slightly thick and glossy. And that's exactly what we're looking for. And remember, with any dressing, always shake the jar before each use because the ingredients in it, they will start separating when they're kept on the shelf for long. Now let's put this dressing to work. Start with your greens, romaine, iceberg, or leaf lettuce. They all work well here. The single most important thing at this stage is that they are completely dry. And wet leaves are #1 reason a salad feels limp and watery before the dressing even touches it. A salad spinner is a wonderful thing to own. It's a great investment if you become regular with salads and if it becomes your daily habit. But patting them dry with a paper towel works just as well. So dry greens, good dressing, and you're already most of the way there. Tear or chop the leaves into bite-sized pieces, and certain greens will release a lovely fresh aroma as you do this. That's your first sign that you're working with something fresh and good. Before you start adding the rest of the ingredients, a quick word on how you cut them because it matters more than most people realize. In a salad, everything is eaten raw and together, so the size and the shape, they affect every single bite. If you cut one ingredient too thick, then that ingredient will dominate the whole salad. Too fine and everything turns into a mush. So the general rule is to keep your cuts at roughly similar size so that the salads taste evenly. And when you have a mix of textures like we do here, let the softer ingredients be a little larger and the crunchier ones a little thinner. Now to build your salad, add a few tomatoes cut coarsely into half moons or even smaller. Add a few chopped cucumbers and thinly julienned carrots. And if you enjoy a little sharpness and a breath of fresh air, add a few slices of red onion. But keep them very thin and don't add too much so that they add flavor without taking over. Toss everything gently and then drizzle the dressing on just before you serve. The amount of dressing you add should be just enough to lightly coat the leaves. The goal is to coat and not soak the salad. You can always add a little more if you want some extra punch. The amount is entirely down to your own taste. Finally, add a few Kalamata olives. They bring a lovely briny depth and make the salad look as good as it tastes. When a salad is quick, tasty, easy to make, and filling, it stops feeling like an obligation and starts feeling like something you actually want. A great habit that I would highly recommend you to develop is to start with a small bowl before lunch and another one before dinner. It will naturally help you eat a little less of everything else, and you're getting a lot of goodness from fresh vegetables and quality oil without any of the effort that you'd expect. And if this has got you curious about what else you can do with simple salad dressings, we have put together a whole collection of dressing recipes and salad in an ebook on our website, The link is in the description below. It has not just oil-based dressing, but also the ones with nut butters, yogurt, and even some oil-free dressings. Now the dressing number 2 builds directly on what we have just made. So if you understood the first one, this will feel easy. We are keeping the same base, but we will add 2 new elements that will make it richer and creamier. This time we will use a bowl. It makes it much easier to whisk, and with mustard, which is one of the ingredients acting as an emulsifier, whisking will do a far better job than shaking and bringing all the ingredients together into this smooth, creamy texture. Add 2 tablespoons of balsamic to the bowl. Add some salt and always start with less than you think what you need. Add 2 tablespoons of Dijon Mustard and 1 tablespoon of honey. Whisk everything until it's smooth. Now slowly add in 6 tablespoons of olive oil while whisking continuously. One important thing to understand here is that oil always goes in last. If you are adding it too early or too quickly, instead of getting a silky dressing, you will have this separated oily mess. So take your time with this step, and in no time you will see that it turns smooth, creamy, and beautifully emulsified. With this dressing, we are making a Mediterranean style avocado salad. And yes, avocado and Dijon, they're both not Mediterranean, but if it tastes good, oh, why not? We'll start with 2 ripe avocados that are cut into this generous thick slices. You want them chunky enough to hold their shape. So avocado that's too ripe, or if it's cut too small, it will disappear into the salad. And instead of avocado, you can also use fresh feta. I think feta must be the OG ingredient here, and avocado came in later to make this salad vegan. Now add 1 cup of cherry tomatoes, and to halve them quickly and evenly, place them all together on a chopping board. Place your hand or a plate flat on the top and run a sharp knife right through the middle in 1 clean slice. Add a handful of rucola or rocket for some peppery bite. And if the rucola is large, then leave out the hard stem and just use the leaves. Now drizzle 2 to 3 tablespoons of the Dijon vinaigrette over everything and toss gently. Avocado bruises very easily, so you have to take your time and be very gentle with it. This is a salad that must be made and served fresh, since avocados will start to darken and the leaves will become soggy in no time. Now finish with Kalamata olives on top. Don't toss this in so that the olives don't get lost in the salad, and it also makes the whole thing look beautiful. Sprinkle a pinch of dried oregano on the top for the final finishing touches. Now the third dressing. This is a chimichurri style dressing, and unlike the first 2, it's not a vinaigrette. It's a herb based sauce with rich texture and a bold punchy character. So let's make this dressing now. Take a bowl and add 1.5 tablespoons of red wine vinegar and add a pinch of salt. Half a tablespoon of chili flakes, and this is a starting point. If you want to add more heat, you can always add more chili flakes or even fresh chili. Add half a tablespoon of dried oregano and half a tablespoon of finely chopped garlic. The garlic must be chopped as fine as possible. It must literally melt in your mouth without having to bite them. Chimichurri needs parsley, and it's a bulk of the ingredient. Just make sure that you remove the stems before chopping, because they are harder and more fibrous and they will just feel unpleasant. They will be standing out in the dressing. The easiest way to do is to hold the stem by the end and scrape down with a large knife. The leaves will separate out cleanly and in no time. Now chop this as fine as possible. It will only then release both the aroma and the flavor to the dressing. Add 4 tablespoons of this fresh parsley to the rest of the ingredients. Now add 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil and mix. Keep this salad dressing in a sealed jar in a fridge for up to 3 or 4 days. Okay, let's finish with a chickpea salad with the chimichurri dressing that we have just made. So take a bowl and add 1 cup of cooked chickpea. This can be warm or cold chickpea. Add a 1/4 cup of cherry tomatoes sliced into half, and add half a cup of diced cucumber. Also, if you fancy, add a 1/4 cup of finely chopped onions. Now add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of this chimichurri dressing and mix everything well. At the time of serving, finish it with generous amount of pumpkin seeds, or any of your favorite seeds like sunflower seed or even flax seeds. This is definitely something that you could pack for lunch or as an afternoon snack. You can replace chickpeas here with cooked meat, chicken, or even fish or canned tuna. When it comes to salad dressing, this is the oil that will always come to your mind: extra virgin olive oil. And it's also unfortunately one of the most adulterated products in the food industry. So here's what to look for. Avoid plastic bottles entirely. Good olive oil comes in dark glass or tin. Both protect the oil from light, which degrades it very quickly. And while you're reading the label, pay attention to what it actually says. If it says anything like just olive oil, pomace olive oil, refined olive oil, or even light olive oil, just put it back. They are either heavily processed, low grade, or a blend, and they have none of the flavor or the nutritional value that makes extra virgin olive oil worth the price. Some bottles might even have some certification labels. If it's there, it's good to have. You also need to look for harvest date rather than just a best before date. If your oil tastes like nothing, your salad dressings will also taste like nothing. We actually have a few videos on our channel where an olive oil producer walks through all this in much more detail. The links are in the description below to those videos, and it's very well worth a watch. So there you have it. 3 dressings, 3 salads, and everything you need to know to make them properly. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments which dressing you're going to start with, or share your own ideas. I genuinely love reading them. And for more simple healthy recipes, explore our other videos and our website. And I will see you soon with a new one.